It's really cool to just have people in their 20s in general on this platform to, you know, talk about real life shit that people who are 20 years old, you know, have to deal with.
Grow up faster though.
Absolutely.
So maybe that contributed towards your understanding.
Yes, absolutely. Because again, I'm in 7th grade, you know, lying on applications, them telling them I'm 16, still having to be at work on time. And I had never worked a day before in my life. Before that, I just had to figure it the fuck out. So I just knew, like, sooner or later, you got to be grown. You got to, you know, step up your shit. So I never felt like she was too tough on me, no.
You didn't show up to these jobs and didn't figure out, oh, hey,
You're
this
right,
guy's
like,
not 24.
16
No.
in 7th grade is like...
What
Dairy Queen. I worked at Dairy Queen in the
mall. That makes
sense.
The bar is low.
Yep, I worked at Dairy Queen in the mall.
Say fucking idiots. I mean, no, I love Dairy
But I
Queen.
was
Food
also
fire.
very smart. I don't know how. I was just smart as shit.
How tall were you?
I don't remember.
But
I was just smart. Like, so for example, like if we had neighbors, right, and I'm living here alone, in order for them not to be like, there's a kid living there alone, I would remember my mom's music and open up the windows and blast her music. So that people are like, well, there's an older person's music being played. Yeah. I would leave for school and wave at the empty windows just so they'd be like, well, he's waving goodbye to some fucking body.
Damn.
I had to like make sure someone doesn't realize what the fuck is going on because I'm not going into foster care.
Yeah.
So I just figured it the fuck out. I would even like fake sometimes and go knock on the door. My mama said, can she borrow sugar? Just so they'd be like, well, there's clearly a mother there. He came over here asking for his mother some sugar for her the other day.
You're militant.
Yeah, like I was just smart. And that's not something somebody told me to do. I just was like, it just came in my mind to protect myself from being put into foster care. Because I was like, I don't know if I'll survive that. I'll survive a lot of shit, but foster, I'm
That's
not
a whole
going,
different
bro.
beast. Foster.
Yeah,
I ain't
100%.
going, bro.
That shit is sad. It's a rough business.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with that.
And honestly, a lot of things that are depicted in movies don't always seem true, and some can be dramatized. I feel like the foster system is just as it looks.
I've heard horror stories. I've heard nothing good about it.
Yeah, nothing ever.
No,
I wasn't doing that.
I haven't really. I mean, I know people that are adopted. Like we know somebody who's adopted,
I know
but
people that are adopted.
but like that whole shit is just like terrible. So I'm not mad at you for that at all.
Yeah, I had to do what the fuck I had to do. So I made it through.
Good. All right, let's switch on a lighter note.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Heavy topics.
Right, but it was cool though. Man, I feel like maybe people are seeing different sides of you. You know, I would before we even jumped on a class. Even back then, I Googled you, trying to do my research.
Oh shit.
And I didn't really see many interviews.
The Google. Really?
Unless I'm tripping, unless I don't remember it. But I didn't really see many interviews or video. I looked it up on YouTube.
Because I don't do a lot of them. I hate it. I don't like it.
You don't like this? You don't like this kind of thing?
No, I hate it.
Like, I hate talking
I
about
hate
myself.
it because typically in an interview, they go in with what the direction is. And I can tell it very fast. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this. I've had some interviews like, thank you for coming. Sit down. Let's have a chat. So why the fuck are you so mean? I'd be like, and we're done. And I would put down the microphone like, y'all have a good day. I'm not divulging into this bullshit. Or I'll sit down like, so how can we meet the celebrity? And I'm not doing this either. Y'all can fucking have it.
How
so
can we meet what? What do you mean?
Just I've had like when I first worked with Dwayne Wade, there was a sports podcast, radio, internet, something or other that interviewed me like a week later. So tell us how you got in the same room with Dwayne Wade and tell us those steps. And I'm like, oh, so this is like y'all want my how-to.
Yeah.
That's why you booked me. This is some trash. And I walked out. Like,
why is the how-to trash?
Because tell me, don't say we want to get to know who you are and that's not getting to know me. Dwayne Wade is not me. Why the fuck is that my first fucking question?
That was more about D Wade than
that was more
you.
about how can you get to these steps. This wasn't about me. But if you tell me like we want to interview on the how-to of the business, fine. I'm cool with that, but tell me the intention behind it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do many interviews.
So what made you sit down with us?
Well, I'm drunk. And
That's real.
I'm currently levitated a little bit. So that's why.
You're handling it well.
Very well.
Really?
I don't see it at all.
Yeah.
I feel it.
What color's my shirt?
I'm sorry?
What color's my shirt?
Like, it's a red.
It's actually blue.
See, he's trying my fucking time.
It's blue. I'm so serious.
I fuck with y'all, and I believe in what you guys do and the message, and what y'all doing. So I was proud to sit down with you.
Thank you. And I feel like
Thank you for that.
I feel like we're almost like students of your school, or like
I am. I don't know about you.
I was a student before you were. First of all,
Technically.
Shade. Well, technically you enrolled at the same time.
Technically, but who followed? I mean, I guess you followed up more than me, obviously. But I kept.
No, yeah.
He's still working with you. I'm not working with you anymore.
Because I feel like it was just two different things. I feel like y'all registered for school. You kept coming to class. He was like, I'll just see that nigga in the parking lot. I'll holler at him later.
Crazy story though, right?
He was like, I'm not going to school. I'll just get his
crazy
number.
story though, right? While the class is going, and after that, when you would post like looking for models, I used to shoot that shit to him 24/7, and he would never fuck with it.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
damn, you was throwing me shade?
Well, so no, not because it was you.
Maybe I should have
not
said
because
that.
it was you.
You won't get booked again, motherfucker.
It made it seem really bad, but no, it was because I saw them. I saw them. I followed you, so I saw them.
I'm like, damn, what I do, bro?
But it was more so, and that was just it was more so a self-confidence thing on my end, because I was like, I saw the follower count, I saw who you worked with, I saw the pictures you were posting already, and I was like, oh, there's no way I'd be able to get to do what he would want me to do. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's crazy about that is what you guys don't also realize, that a lot of those things that you say to yourself, I say to myself about you guys.
Really?
You guys don't understand or process that. Like, I have the same thoughts on the other end too.
That we don't want to fuck with you?
No, it's I can be like, wow, Pierce is a really handsome guy. He would be a great model. But guys be weird. He ain't gonna fuck with me. That's okay. I'm gonna ignore his emails because I don't want to email him, book him, and he be like, no, thank you. Because then I'm gonna be mad. So I don't know if he gonna fuck with me. So no, that's okay. Like the girl that we shot with today, Winter.
Yeah.
She's been emailing me for months. And I was like, this girl is gorgeous. She's not gonna fuck with me. Finally, she was like, why don't you ever respond to my emails? I was like, I just didn't think you would for real want to like work with me. So I'm thinking the same shit on my end. Like, no, they're great. They're not gonna fuck with just little old me.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I say it all the time.
How reverse is that? Where do you guys think that comes from? Humbleness, self-consciousness? Because I feel the same way too. Because before I ask you, that's what every time I ask someone to come on the show, we're like, you finna ignore my messages.
Yeah, because we've talked about bringing you on the show
for a while. Because
Really?
the way it worked is that there used to be, when there was 3 of us on the show, it was a group chat. It was 4 of us. It was us, me, him, our third person, Vontrell, and our video guy, Kendall. So all in there, the way it worked is I would throw, or whomever, it was majority of the time, it was me. I'd say, hey, what do you guys think about this person? I'll throw in the social media. And then if it's an artist, throw in a music link. What do you guys think? And if 2 people say yes, it's a go. Because it's 3 people. And I had brought you up. I had talked about it. But I didn't want to really press the button because this is before he enrolled in your class.
Okay.
So this is where he started shooting with and everything. So I think he was kind of like, I don't know. Because he took that one class.
Wow, it was the shade of it all.
No, it wasn't that. He just didn't know you.
Shade.
You make me look so bad right
My bad. Shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
it's not looking good for Pierce again.
I'm so sorry. Hire him
You're
again.
good. You're good.
Nah, but yeah, definitely been chewing on this for a while. And like, I even have a list of people that I want to shoot the shot at. You know what I'm saying? But I feel the same way. But one, being a little pussy, I gotta admit. And
You're a bitch for that.
I am being very scared because it's just like, would they really want to fuck with me? Are they gonna look at his DM and laugh at me?
So let me ask you this: if they don't fuck with you, how do you go backwards?
You don't.
If you're at 3 and they say no, you don't then go back to 2. You just stay at 3.
Yeah, I know. It's up here. Because in reality, they say no, nothing bad's gonna happen.
You
they
have
say
to.
no.
That shit's trash. Listen, everything that I've had major happen in my life is me asking for it. Literally everything. Just ask for it. And if they say they say no. And asking for it and being honest about it. Like I remember one of my very, 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 very old shows. This was like when Baby Boy was like popular and all of that. I had Taraji host one of my shows. And people were like, how the fuck did you get her? And I was like, I tweeted her and was like, hey, I'm a show producer. You don't know me. I'm real small town. I would love for you to host my show. And I don't have any money. Like the most I can give you is like $1,000. And she responded like, I fuck with the honesty. And I fuck with you like trying. So yes, cool. When Dwayne Wade, I was like, I see you have an underwear line you're debuting. I work in fashion. I would love to help you out with your event. He was like, wow, okay, cool. Come on back. Every single thing I've ever done has been me like, I want to do it. Even with me becoming director of the magazine I work for. That was me sending them a message like, hey, I love your magazine, but I think it could be better with me. Can I be y'all director?
And this is
like,
Malvi?
Yeah, they were like, can you jump on a Zoom call in 10 minutes? We liked your message. We love your balls. You have the job. I went to them like, I want this job, so give it to me.
Did they, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no.
Did they already have someone
No.
in that position? Oh, okay.
No, but that's what I was like, I can tell y'all need a me.
Mm-hmm.
There's some shit missing. You need a me.
How does that assertiveness get received so well? Because depending on who you deal with, they're not going to take well to that shit.
And if they don't, then they don't.
Damn.
I get rejected all the time. No, okay. Okay. But I have such confidence in me that it's your loss. I could email Oprah right now and she say no. I'm like, it's your loss. I know I'm dope. So you saying no to me is benefit to no one. You lost. I didn't lose. You need a me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I need a you too, but you definitely need a me. I'm bomb as fuck. So but I've told you that in class. Like, if you don't believe your sauce, why you want somebody else to eat it?
Facts.
You got trust in your dopeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think humbleness is a made up piece of bullshit. Humbleness is what was created for people to tell you, don't shine as bright. Don't think too much of yourself. Don't puff out your chest. Humbleness is bullshit. It's bullshit. It just is. I'm in business. I'm going to be the most egotistical motherfucker in here because that's what it takes. Do you think Beyonce is like, I think I can sing? She's like, no, I call myself the king. I bypass Queen. I'm King Beyonce. I'm the best motherfucker on the planet. Michael Jackson was like, I love my fans, but understand I'm the best entertainer to live. I know this. So then we're like, okay, well then we believe it. Cool. If Michael was like, I perform, we were like, well, he's trash. Because you say you trash. But when you puff out your chest like, I'm the baddest motherfucker in the room, we believe it.
See, when I think of humility and being humble, I think of it as like, say someone does or says something that you may not like. And this is also a recent example of me lately, it's going on in my life. I'll look at myself first and I'll be like, damn, before I jump on their ass, have I ever done something like that? Okay, then maybe I can relax before I jump down their throat. Because at some point in time, I was in those shoes too, you know? Mm-hmm. And maybe that comes from me also. I mean, we shouldn't judge anybody, but I think that comes from me just making sure that I hold myself accountable first before I go and I try to say something about the other person.
I think what you guys are just talking about, two completely different things.
Yep, because you're being courteous to people's decision making, which has nothing to do with business. Like, if I, post, I'm looking for the dopest DJ in Chicago for my fashion show, and then you send me a message like, I'm not the dopest, but I'm pretty good. Well, that's not who I asked. I asked for the dopest. Fuck out my DM. Versus if you're like, hey, I see you looking for the dopest DJ. What you need from me? Oh, cool. You confident in it? Let's fuck with it. I've had plenty of DJs approach me like that. They get you, I'm like, yeah, you weren't the dopest, but you're good. So as long as you believe you're good, that's all that really fucking matters. But no one's gonna fuck with you if you half bake your shit. I want Pierce to come into every photo shoot like, the rest of y'all can honestly leave. Because I'm the best model in the fucking room. And if he steps in front of my camera with anything less than that cockiness, I don't want to shoot him. I don't want to shoot someone who doesn't think that they're the shit. Now, you can have that soft approach once we're done. Like, I come out like, I'm not better than you. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than nobody. But I'm also the dopest motherfucker in this room. But you can also be the dopest motherfucker in this room. We can share it. But understand I still have the title, too. So humbleness is like that. Be humble. Don't think you're good. Don't think you're... No, fuck all that. I'm dope. My sauce is the best.
So you're saying, what do you mean? You're not better than anybody, but you're still the best in the room.
Yes. Because better would be... I am higher than you as a person. As a professional. As a creative. I'm the dopest motherfucker in here. Dopest motherfucker in the room. As a person, am I better than you? No, I have my faults. But as a creative, I'm best in the motherfucking room. Now, when we talk about like life, I mean, humble. I be fucking up shit. I be fucking up.
That's where I was going. I was meaning in terms
in
of
life, I be fucking shit up. Like, I don't know. I forgot to pay my car note for a few months. I'm sorry. Don't repo my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just forgot. Like, in life, I be fucking up. In business, who's better than me?
Yeah.
Who?
I think what it really comes down to is if for you with DJing and the podcast and everything, if you don't think you are the best, then you will never be able to reach that level because you're not letting yourself get to that level. You know what I'm saying? For you to reach that level, you have to be like, I'm the best person here. So then you can act as such. You know what I'm saying? And deliver on that. But if you don't think you're the best person, then you'll never be the best person because you're going to limit yourself. You'll see somebody else do something, you're like, I can never do that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But if you see someone do something, you'll be like, oh, I could top that, then you will top that. And
this business is about convincing. If you talk to somebody about your podcast, like, was it good? You're like, I mean, it's straight. We're working on it. They're like, all right, I'll listen when it's together. Versus a good, shit is bomb.
When I talk to people about it now, I tell them that shit smack.
That shit, and that's like, I want to go listen to it. And then after I listen to them, I'm like, okay, I can see where they're going. It's some growth there, but I fuck with this. Versus if you tell me it's a work in progress from the start, I'm not coming to see that. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a house. If I say, hey, it's a house for sale, let's go look at it. It's under construction. It's real rocky. I don't know. You like, I don't want to go see it. Versus it's a beautiful mansion up the street. Let's go look at it. You're going to get there and it's under construction. But you already told me it's beautiful. So all I see is beautiful. It's still all wood, but this is beautiful to me because you told me it was. You told me it was before I got here.
Sold them on the vision.
Yeah. That's what real estate agents do. I want you to this beautiful mansion. It just came on the market. People get there like, there's no floors, walls, ain't no sinks. Mm-hmm. But you told me it was beautiful and I want to buy it. Let's put in an offer. Versus it's under construction and ain't no walls. Well, what the fuck I'm going to look at it for? You already told me it's a piece of shit. You have to convince people. That's it. And I know as a photographer, I'm not trash, but I definitely got a long way to go. But I'm also like, ain't nobody in front of and behind the lens better than me. It's not. And because I think it, y'all think it. That's how it goes.
I love to take some of that for myself. Yeah, because my confidence will waver. It'll go up and down. There are times where I'm like, can't nobody touch shit. Like I'm sitting here right now, I'm washing my hands in your basket. I'm just like, damn, a whole year ago, I don't know where the fuck we be. Mm-hmm. But now look at us here doing this shit. And now we're on popping. So I'm like, all right, to the booth. And right now it's game time. We're recording. I got no time to be a little bitch. So now it's time to boost. But like a few hours ago when I was, sitting on the couch and I'm just like, I'm preparing everything. I'm like, is this gonna go good? Is it gonna go well? Like, oh my fucking God. Like, what is it?
You start talking yourself out of it.
Man, I talk myself out of my dopeness a lot. And I'm trying not to do that as much because eventually I'm gonna talk myself out and I'm just gonna be out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to find ways to fuel myself, keep my confidence, stay in that realm.
Why do you think it goes down though?
I don't know. Questions, doubt, at times where maybe a little more work could be put in, that could be it. But then there's also times where like, damn, this didn't work this time. This didn't work that time. Who's really going to care?
Do you always have confidence in your product?
Now I do, yeah.
So then why does it ever go down? If no matter what, you have confidence in it. Like, I'm very strategic. So I asked him 4 times today before we got here. So what do y'all talk about? What's the conversation? How does it flow? And he gave me the same answer every time. We talk about a lot of stuff. There's really no blueprint, but it be bomb. Cool. So I came into it like, it's going to be bomb. Versus if he was like, well, we really don't really know. We kind of just play it by ear. We're just figuring it out. I would say here like, okay, what the fuck are we talking about? This is some bullshit. He already told me it's finna be bullshit. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing. Versus he just framed it differently. Like we talk about whatever we want to for however long we want to. And either way, it be bomb. Cool. I did it on purpose. I'm gonna ask you again. I want to see when you start to doubt. Because once you start to doubt, I'm not gonna take it serious. I'm gonna sit down, and I did it on purpose. I sat down with my work. Even when you started, I'm gonna still work until I see they stepping up to the plate. And I was like, oh, they're for real. Okay, I'll give them my full attention. I did it on purpose. But if you would have let me keep, because I saw you kept looking like, bro. I was like, okay, he's for real about his business. If you would have let me keep working, I wouldn't have gave you my 100% because you didn't demand it. And it was a purposeful thing.
Still teaching lessons, man.
No, right?
This guy.
But when I was over there, you was like, Blake, we're ready when you are. That he's on his shit. If you would have just sit around, I would have kept working for another 2 hours. Because you didn't tell me you were fucking
you'd have been
ready.
like, all right, y'all can go.
Yeah.
But people have done
late.
that. Come over for a meeting, I'm working there like, I was just sitting there waiting for you to come and sit down. You asked to fucking be here. I didn't. You should have been like, I'm ready to fucking talk. Have a seat. Okay, cool. So that's just an example of go into every situation demanding the quality you want. But you can't demand quality when you aren't sure if you deserve it.
Another good point would be I set up this equipment twice. I've done it. This is the same thing we use at the station. We've used this before, but we've never done it with my computer, and I've never done it mobily. So I set it up twice, and I played with it today. And preparation gives me confidence as well. And maybe this is give somebody else confidence out there, but preparation give me.
I forgot that little thing was over there. Hey, y'all. Hey, people. Oh, there I am. I see me.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
You in there? Low-key should have moved the table, but it's fine now. It's
No,
whatever.
that's good.
Yeah, but preparation definitely gave me a lot of confidence too. I sat there, I set this up twice, I broke it down, I figured how long it was gonna take me, when it was gonna take me, everything. I even started rapping on this shit earlier. It's on my
story.
It's on my private story. I'll show you.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not a close friend. This is, between the two of you motherfuckers. All right, well,
We are ruining our relationship.
In school detention, the
shit.
bell has rung, and it is time for me to go back to class.
Oh man,
That's crazy. All right.
Blake,
what it is.
Blake.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Right.
No,
Save
I've
this
blocked
series.
him already. He's very much blocked from my
That's
past.
crazy. Don't block
Blocked.
me. You ain't block me.
Oh, you know what? Another reason why I feel like, because I've had this for myself, not so much recently, but I've definitely dealt with this, and I've talked to people about this, and they feel the same way. I think a lot of people want to do something or want to try something, want to achieve something, but they are scared of what happens if they do achieve it. Like, they're scared of the success.
What does that mean?
You
Maintain
know what
them.
I'm saying? Like,
What
yeah.
does that mean?
Because I feel like, all right, boom.
It's the boom for me.
So say...
All right, boom.
It's a West Coast
So
shit, honestly.
I know.
Just like...
I don't know where you got this
So,
shit
like,
from.
say
the
I
Jersey
just get a huge cover, like I'm just working here, I just apply
ESPN.
blah, blah, and I just get, it doesn't matter what it is, and it could be just a huge magazine. I get the cover, right? And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I don't know if I'll be able to handle what comes after that, with just whether it's just people hitting me up, or I'm just so busy, or what comes with the fame or the success. This is, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people are like, damn, I'd love to do that, but I don't think I'd be able to handle it if I were to achieve that. You know what I'm saying?
But I think everyone feels like that. But I think the
Mm.
difference is seeing the cliff and be like, I gotta fucking jump anyway.
That's what I'm saying. And I think a lot of people see the cliff and they're like, no, I'm not going to jump.
What happens if I jump and I end up flying?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Like, oh, fuck, I
Exactly.
may fly, I may not die.
Yeah.
So see, I'm probably like, well, I'm going to jump. Let's see what the fuck this feels like.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people are expecting them to, because and I've talked about this on the podcast when we were talking about when I first applied, I didn't apply thinking, oh, he's going to want me. I applied so I can tell myself at least I did it.
At least I tried.
Exactly. Because I went in thinking like, again, I was like, he's probably got a bunch of other models that are already applying, that he's already worked with, that have a huge, portfolio together. Like, there's no way he would just pick some random dude, sending him some pictures that, someone took of him in his house or whatever, just to do this shoot. So I just wanted to do it, be like, okay, well, at least I tried, and I'm going to go, work my regular job now. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what a lot of people that's why they attempt to just be like, okay, I tried it, now let me go back to a safer option. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying and then wanting to achieve, and when they achieve, wanting to go further and further and further.
Is that your bullshit mantra? Yes, it's the smile for me.
That, and it's like, try not to jiggle the mic as much. It picks up with it's all good. It's like that, and it's like, shit, I tried. I put it out there, and we'll see what happens. If I get ignored, in my mind, I defeat myself. I'll say, man, it ain't finna happen no way, so fuck cares.
Mm-hmm.
My fault.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Well, why do you do that?
Because to prepare myself for disappointment, and at some point in time,
So you lied. You don't have confidence in your product.
no, I do.
You
It's just in
can't.
my mind, I already defeated to lower my expectation in case it doesn't happen.
Which means you don't have confidence in your product.
I do. I just prepare myself for the L.
Which means you don't have confidence in your product.
It's because you should always be expecting a W.
That's like saying I didn't approach the girl because she may say no. That means you, in some way, you think you ugly. Because a fine nigga gonna be like, she can't say no. I'm fine as fuck. The bitch ain't gonna say no. Versus the dudes are like, oh no, man, she may play me. That means you don't think you the finest nigga in the room.
Yeah.
The finest nigga in the room don't care. Like, the bitch ain't gonna say no to me. And if she do, that just mean the bitch is crazy. I mean, she ain't smart. Versus the niggas that's like, I mean, I'm average. You see how that I can't do that. That means you think you average and you're not fine. That's your problem. So you don't have as much confidence in your product that you think you do.
Because I think we're fucking great.
But
I always feel like, in my mind, and this is self-defeating, it's like, damn, well, they could pick out this is missing. And maybe it's because I always pick apart things and say something's missing because we're always harder on ourselves.
Very true.
So I always pick apart things. I'll be like, well, I see this. Would they not see that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I pick up with this and I see this is missing. So this person's probably going to see it too. The whole time, that person obviously not that big of a deal or they just didn't care.
Yeah. No, yeah. I agree with you 100% because, well, one thing is, and I'm sure you can agree with this, like when you're creating something, you're doing something, and then you look at it, like it could be amazing, but because you made it, you can still see certain things that you would like to change.
You see the cracks in the thought.
I could have done this better, or that could have been better. It still looks great, but I could have made it better. Type, you know what I'm saying?
So what podcast do you follow that's like kind of in line with what you want to do, but they have the success that you're looking to have?
Brilliant Idiots, probably.
Brilliant Idiots. Yeah. So you don't think the cast and crew and management staff of Brilliant Idiots come in the room like, this shit can be fucking better. This shit's whack. Like, that didn't work out well. Like, we got to step this up. Next go round, we got to do this better. Let's do this better. You're going to always do that. But in that same conversation, they're also saying, but we're the best out there. But also, we got some improvements to fucking make.
Mm.
The two can live in the same house. They don't have to live independently. They can sit there and say, I'm the best, but I still got some room to fucking grow. And I think you think they're neighbors and not roommates. Those two ideologies. But they're roommates for sure.
Mm.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Always giving out game.
Well, I'll invoice.
I can't afford it.
Yeah. I guess we're ending it now then.
I guess so.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Right. No, I appreciate that. It's that makes a lot of sense. And every time me and you speak, whether it be over FaceTime or class, whatever, I definitely always feel more empowered. So I appreciate you. Yeah. But even with that being said, I do understand that it's on me. I'm in charge of my own happiness. And I know that. Another thing I put on my shoulders, this turning to talk about him and talking about us. That shit crazy.
Yeah.
Great.
But I never care. But it's like
purpose.
This is all part of the plan.
Right. This is my podcast now. But like another thing I always think about is that, you know, obviously we're in this together.
Yes.
But because it was my idea to broadcast first, it was my idea to go on radio, my idea to go to like podcasts, and he's more the modeling space, I look at myself as a captain of this shit.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Even though like we're a team, I say, this is the shit that I want to do. I started this. I grab all the guests. I pick the top. This is the captain of my shit. And one thing I always tell myself, like, am I going to let him down too? Even though like we've been friends for like 10 years, longer than that.
Yeah,
Fuck. So, but like, if I know that I'm having like a bad moment or a down moment, I'll hit him up. He'll be like, yo, get your shit together real quick. It's just still like this feeling where it's just like, I know if I say some shit like, man, maybe this ain't it or maybe whatever, he'll snap me back out of it. And because of that, I know it's like an extra responsibility on my shoulders to make sure I'm on my shit.
Mm-hmm. And then when it's funny because I remember when we first, where you were thinking about doing radio. When we were at the gym parking lot.
Oh,
we were at the gym parking lot.
LA Fitness and Round Lake.
It was like 10 o'clock at night.
That's
I'm over here.
Round far.
I was screaming. Yeah, it was long.
Round far? That's what you called it?
Far as fuck.
Yeah.
But I was screaming. I was just like, bro, like, you know, you're either going to do it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to do it and achieve what you want or you're not, and you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you only have one life to live. You kind of have to do it. And every time I say shit like that to you, it's as much as I'm saying it to you, I'm saying it to myself as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like,
you convincing motherfucker.
I hate seeing my friends not like, they want to achieve so much, they want to do this and that, but then they're doubting themselves. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people doubt themselves, you know, and I feel like a lot of times people don't have that person to be like, keep going, keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? So I every time my friends come to me, I'm always like, nah, like you got to keep going because you're dope. You're super dope. You know what I'm saying? And as I'm saying that to you, I'm trying to tell myself that as well because there's plenty of times where I'm not confident at all. You know what I'm saying? Or I feel like I'm doing a horrible job, but lo and behold, I'm actually doing a great job. For example, when I went out to New York, did the shoots, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I was like, I did okay. You know, I did all right. I didn't do anything special. But then one of the people that came with us, she came up to, she was like, I just want to let you know, I think like you went nuts this trip. Like you were doing this is like you were amazing. And I was like, thanks. You know, like I would have never said that about myself, but clearly I'm doing something right. So how about instead of me doubting myself all the time, I actually believe in myself.
But I think the doubting comes from putting responsibilities on you that don't belong to you. You assign weight that isn't yours to carry. Like when you say you're the captain of the ship, what exactly does that mean? The captain of any ship is to get you from A to B. It's not my responsibility to make sure you eat well and you slept good in your cabin and you had a fun time at the dock party. It's my responsibility to make sure you fucking get there safe. I'm not putting none of the extra weight on my fucking shoulders because it's not my responsibility to care about that shit. It's not. So I think when you're like, well, it's this weight and it's this pressure, and it's like, well, you the dumbass because none of that belong to you. That don't belong to you. So let it go. It's your job just to make sure it happens, right? Because when we're on a shoot, I'm the captain of that ship. Do they care if my lighting was perfect? No. Do they care if the studio was hot or too cold? No. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care. Bree, we was in the shoot earlier and I had the door open and I was like, are you cold? Bree was like, yeah, I'm cold. I was like, well, I don't give a fuck. Because it's not my responsibility to care about the heat. All they care about is, did I get a bomb photo? That's all they give a fuck about.
It's all they should be caring about.
It's my job to care about me to bomb photo. Was the lighting perfect? Not my responsibility. Is it too hot, too cold? Not my responsibility. Did you have a bad day? That's not my weight. My weight is the fucking photo, so that's all I give a fuck about. But if I come in like, well, Pierce said he was cold, and then Bree said she was hot, and Rose was hungry, and I didn't have chips, I'm assigning some shit that don't belong to me. That ain't my shit. I gave you a bomb photo. The captain got the boat to the destination. That's it. Because then no one's going to remember the shit in between. They don't. I've been on many ships, and I can't recall none of that shit in between other than I got to the Bahamas. That's all that fucking matter. That's why I booked the trip. I don't care about the shit in between. Whether some fucked up shit that happened, yeah, but who cares as long as I got to the Bahamas? Did they run out of burgers? Yep. Was the party whack? Yep. Was my bed hard? Yep. Still got to the Bahamas. The shit doesn't fucking matter. So you have to think about it that way. Stop assigning weight on you that is not yours to carry in the first place.
It's just like I try to sometimes put these extra responsibilities on there so I know that it gives me more pressure to make sure I deliver and I perform. Because I feel like if I do that, then it's gonna be 10 times greater. I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm about to knock this shit out the fucking park. You know what I'm saying? That I kind of put that on me sometimes. Like it's like I create obstacles or I create issues for myself sometimes. And like
to
a really
perform better.
Psychopath. Yeah, like
because you have trained your mind to work best in chaos.
Yeah. Like, for example, it starts with small stuff. When I used to live in my parents' house when I was younger, she asked me to do chores. Sometimes she was tripping, but sometimes I never did that shit. But at the same time, I know tripping for asking me to do chores. I know. I know. I know.
I'm gonna let you talk.
Hey, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's okay. But I love you. But like I perform better with hey, I'm about to come home from work. Did you do A, B, C, D, E, F, G? So in my mind, that checklist, boom. Okay, I forgot to take chicken out. That's fucked. I got to take that L. But I can sweep the floor, take this garbage out, and vacuum this shit all within 25 or 30 minutes. And the only thing I got to take this L for is not taking the chicken out. I'm straight. So I kind of do the same thing with my life in a sense. I create these. Did you watch Last Dance?
Yes.
So do you remember how they told that story about how Michael created that enemy for that guy who played for the Wizards?
Yeah.
I do that with myself sometimes. Like I'll pick an enemy, or like I'll pick a doubter. Like this is really fucked up, but I've been waiting for the day someone says your podcast isn't that good. Because I know instant they say that shit, we are going to the fucking moon.
Yeah.
I just know me. I'm crazy and I'm competitive.
Why wait for that?
I don't know.
Hey.
I'm fucking crazy. Like
if that's the mentality that you want to create, I think that's cool. but then you have to kind of become manic and go out in the world every day with that being your enemy. Because I feel like you pick and choose. Like Monday, I don't have it. Tuesday, there's the enemy. Wednesday, I don't have it. You can't go back and forth in the world like that. You have to be manic and choose one or the other. Because I go out in the world every day like, don't nobody want to see me succeed. Y'all think I'm trash. Every one of y'all think I can't do it.
And that's fuel.
Every fucking last one of y'all. So I'm going to get in here and I'm going to fucking murder it.
That's gas in the tank.
But what I don't do is like, oh, I don't have no enemies on Monday. And then Tuesday, like, everyone's against me. You got to choose one. Which world you going to live in. Because you can't say you create this enemy and then also be like, well, I be doubting myself. If you feel like you got an enemy, there is no doubts. I got to slay this dragon at all fucking costs. I don't have time to doubt. You going back and forth. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's a lot of can't know what we Black Dynamite. I got the biggest dick on the planet. Then it'll be like, fucking shit.
Yep. And that's trash.
Yeah.
Some other person.
It is.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Well, you know, according to him, you was throwing me shade, so I had to throw it back.
I was not even.
He wasn't throwing him. He wasn't throwing you
not a shade
shade.
thrower whatsoever.
He wasn't throwing you shade. He wasn't. He was not.
It's too late now. It's in his head. So.
If it's fair, I was skeptical about the class.
Okay.
He's just like, so what is this really for?
Right.
I'm just getting attacked.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
But he's like, I'll cut both of y'all ass up. Nah.
But the people from the class have been doing very well. Like the makeup artist.
Yeah,
Key,
no.
that was in the class. She was the makeup. She was on set today.
Will, it's great. That's another thing that really testified. That was a testimony to how dope you are. Because everyone that was in that class is doing good. Mm-hmm. There's a screenshot. I look at it sometimes when we started that class. How many social media followers you have now versus how many at the end of the class? I started with like 70 less. And towards the end of the class, it's been going up. Like the reason why I'm so active on my story now is because he told me to be more active on social media. Yep. So I've been more active on my story. And in my opinion, I got the most popular story out. So
that's how you got to think.
Yeah, but like Will's been doing good. I know Deanna's been like modeling a lot too.
Everyone in that class, like I don't know about everybody in the class. I don't know who all was in the class, but if you took his advice and what he was saying and actually applied it, you are in a better spot now. Or I would hope you're in a better spot now than what you were when you were in that class.
If you don't,
I am.
If you don't, it's your fault. I'm in a great spot.
I know I am. High key, yeah. You can't always blame other people for your life situation.
Yeah, no.
I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, if you don't, I mean, you made everything pretty clear cut. Your style is very direct and very to the point, and some people can like it, some people don't, but it works.
I appreciate that. I'm grateful for that.
The shit works. But switching gears back to you, one thing I wanted to ask you about tour. You thought you were slick. You thought you were slick.
Yeah, I had turned that corner and jumped at the car.
I do this.
He Ubered back around to the hey, go ahead. Yep.
What did being on tour so much teach you? Like I know typically what happens on tour stays on tour.
Yes.
But like, what's one lesson, if you could share, about tour that you learned?
A lesson? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And the best way possible. So being a dancer, it's kind of like the position Pierce is in as a model. You are one of the most valuable pieces in the room, but the least valuable in the room. So as a dancer, there is no show without us because we are the accessory to make you fucking look good.
But you're also
But at the same time, like, I had a bad day. Who gives a fuck? My body hurts. Who gives a fuck? I'm hungry. Who gives a fuck? Like, we don't care. Chris can be hungry. Rihanna can be hungry. Omarion, he can be sleepy. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Show up to work or get fired. End of fucking story. So there's plenty of times that I have a shoot and I'm like, I'm dog tired. I haven't eaten today. I've had a fucking bad day. I'm grieving today. Me and my best friend got into it, and I still have to show up to that shoot and be like, hey, Pierce, how are you? Ready to shoot? He doesn't give a fuck about none of that. He doesn't care. If he showed up to work, I better fucking show up too. So that it just taught me that nobody cares about all the extra shit. And so I have a motto that I live by. If you have to cry, go outside. But in this space, there is no emotion. No one gives a fuck. If Pierce came like, I was having a bad day, then you go outside and figure the fuck out, but my camera doesn't give a fuck about your fucking bad day. It doesn't. Now, Terrence, like, buddy, what's wrong? But you don't get that person until I have packed up all the camera equipment and now we outside in the parking lot.
As soon as it zips up.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what was wrong with your day?
Right.
I'm sorry that I cussed you out 2 hours ago, but you met Blake 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. So that's what it taught me.
Actually, yeah, that's another thing. Why your A-list name? Why Blake Martin?
I thought that was his name.
That's Facebook's problem. That's Facebook's problem. Because, okay, so about 9 years ago, 10, somewhere around there, I started in Pierce's spot. I went from a dancer, and then I was doing that show production, and in show production, I started to meet a lot of photographers, and I started to take photos. I was in King magazine. I was in Soulja Boy's first Yummy photo campaign. Like
You hit a nerve with us.
yeah, I was like his very first set of campaign shots.
Yo.
I was in his campaign, but I was working with an agency, and they were like, "You're dope. We need to brand you." But no one cares about a Terrence Johnson. Like, that is the blandest, most vanilla name on the planet. No one gives a fuck about that person. So come back to us tomorrow with a name, but it can't be that. And so I put a status on Facebook like, I'm modeling now. I don't know what the fuck this means. I don't even know what fuck models do. But I was told I need another name. So give me suggestions. If I pick your name, I give you $100. And I had like 900 comments. And it was between Blake Martin and Justin Jacobson. Those are the two like top names. And I was like, yeah, that Justin name is not it. And I picked Blake. And then eventually after the years, I got my name, alias, incorporated and all of that. But that's how it came about.
Makes sense. I know, yeah, a lot of people like have like
A-list names. You're
name.
Pierce. That's solid. Not too many Pierces walking around.
No. And it's a strong, unique name.
I was telling you that, like, going by Pierce Michael.
No,
yeah,
Anderson.
that's sexy.
Pierce Michael.
That's
Pierce
sexy
Michael. I
name.
told you.
Who's
I've been
that?
telling you that for
Pierce
years.
Pierce Michael's like, no, who's that now? What's his Instagram?
You know what I'm
I'll have
saying?
to drop the Anderson.
Pierce Michael Anderson is dope, but Pierce Michael
It's not dope, but Pierce Michael is
hard.
yeah.
And honestly,
I fucking agree with that.
and as a young, but don't talk, when you get older, you can have that George Clooney effect, except for you black. Pierce Michael, just George, because George Clooney, or like better yet, Denzel Washington. When women hear his name, oh God, 45 and up.
What? Even below.
Yeah, I think Pierce Michael
That's hard.
kind of a move.
That's hard. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, bro. That's hard.
All right.
That's kind
We
of
might have to cut this part out of the
You
this is a business decision at
That's
this point.
very much a vibe.
know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. So,
Yeah, I rock with that.
Pierce Michael.
You should explore that.
Hello, my name is Pierce Michael.
nah, don't do that.
No.
Shit. Don't do that. Shit.
It's the voice, I think, for me.
Blake, you want something crazy?
What's that?
When I'll be at my 9 to 5 and I'll play it, and all the women be like, "Oh, whose voice is that?"
It's mine.
That's Soulja Boy's very first Yums campaign.
That is fucking crazy.
That's
you?
insane.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's dope. Bruh, I used to want some of these so bad when I was a kid. I
hated them.
wanted
You hated them?
that.
Yeah, I had all of them. Like, as a model, we would just get them all. And I was like, these are the ugliest trash shoes ever. Yeah, this is his very first campaign.
Let me see him again.
This is when he had a Yum store in Chicago.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yep.
I remember the Baby Napes were pretty dope.
The trash.
They were popular.
Hard
I mean,
trash.
I don't know. They were really popular.
Oh, that's another thing. He didn't show up to the shoot, but the
I didn't
address
show
where we were meeting at in Soho was at the Bathing Ape store. That's where we started the photo shoot at.
Yeah, I was mad, bro. I literally,
Oh my God.
I had my fit is what I had for that shoot. That's what I was looking forward to wearing the whole time.
So the one fit you're looking for that shoe,
And I didn't
you
even
dropped the
fucking
ball.
wear it 'cause I
Hell
didn't
yeah.
fucking wake up.
That's
But
how-
yeah, I was mad, bro. I was
trash.
That's how I felt about that live. I was like, this is finna be great. I was preparing
and
all
then you just
week.
dropped the ball. I mean,
But hey, the next day, nigga. Blake, you remember the next day? The next day I was at home. I showered. I did something to my hair. I was sitting there in front of my desk. I cut my lamplight on.
Yep. He came on live. I said, "Oh, this is a newscaster."
this is
I said, "He ready." I was like, "Good job, little bro." You can't let, I was like, "Hey, shit, I can say."
Yeah.
I said he came on like live from 5 Saturday night. He said,
Live from my
Yeah,
bedroom
it
in
was
my parents'
good.
house.
"No, it was good. He did good that next day."
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, now who was or currently is your mentor?
Oh.
I'm sure you've had a lot. Because I think really successful people have had many mentors along the way.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that is not a regret, but that I don't have one. Like I don't have. I have great confidants, amazing confidants, amazing people who inspire me, but no mentor, no motivator, no like I get your shit together. I don't have one of those. Yeah, I don't have one of those. I've learned how to like do that for myself.
Is there a reason why you don't? Like, do you feel some type of way asking for like help or like, because you said that you're a very independent person. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying because you said you're a very independent person and we already had this whole discussion about, why you're an independent person.
Yes. I don't ask for help because it's also a situation where because I'm so independent, you will never, ever, ever put me in a position where you throw something in my face.
Yeah, that's a huge...
It's like, for example, my very first shoot, but you may have seen it maybe a month ago, I did a photo shoot in a shower, but it was like different colored shot. Like, so that particular photo shoot was bomb. It was great to me, but I borrowed one of my photographer friends' lights for it because I didn't have colored lights. Yeah. So in a conversation months later with the model, in order to try to devalue me as a photographer, he was like, but he borrowed my lights for the shoot. So if it wasn't for my lights, shoot would have been trash. See, that's why I don't ask people for shit.
That's bogus.
You won't ever put me in that position.
See, that's fucked up.
To make me feel like you did me a favor. Like, nah, I give to people like daily. But once I give, I forget.
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw it at you. So that's why I'm like, I don't fuck with that. It's trash.
That's fucked up. See, there's a better way to say that without trying to shit on you.
Right.
You literally could have just been, I'll let Blake borrow my light. And be done with it. That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Or if you're friends, why does it matter?
Yeah, why bring
it? Why bring it? Not even a topic
Anyway.
of conversation.
Facts,
right?
yeah.
So I don't ask for help at all. Yeah.
Do you feel like that's also come back to bite you, not asking for help sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, when you ask, I don't want to say it's a disappointment, but it's a disappointment because let's say it's a 12-hour shoot. I got 20 miles I'm dealing with for the day, and I'll post, hey, I'm looking for an assistant for the day, right?
You do that frequently. People
apply all the time, and they get there. I'm like, all right, I need these things steamed. I need accessories laid out. I need them clean. I need help getting this model dressed, and da-da-da-da. I look around 20 minutes later, they've half steamed the clothes because now they're in Pierce's face taking selfies and shit. See, this is why I not ask for help because...
Has that actually happened before?
No, I'm just pointing, but it's happened. Not with Pierce, but it has happened. It's like your job was one thing, but now you're engulfed in it's pretty people around. And it's just fucking work. I'm not asking, nope, I'm good. Or they'll do it. I thought you steamed the clothes. I did. You didn't. You threw the steam on top of it and thought you did enough. Or you didn't clean the jewelry right. Or you didn't prep my camera right because you want to do the bare minimum just to say you were in my space. Mm-hmm. So I don't ask for help. I'd rather just do it all by myself. And the only time I do ask for help is when I know it's going to be impossible if I don't. Like today, the shoot we did had a lot of clothes, right? And typically after a shoot, it takes me an hour and a half by myself to pack up the clothes, which I'm cool with. I don't want no help. But if I wouldn't have had an assistant today, I would have been late for y'all. So I have to have help today because if I don't, my schedule's not going to go right. And I'm never late. I don't do late. So I need help. I only ask for when it's like, I have no fucking choice.
Mm-hmm. And that pains you to ask for help.
I hate it. It's the worst thing in the world to me. It's the worst thing in the world to me.
How does it feel not having a mentor, but you being a mentor to many?
Honestly, exhausting.
I bet
it's exhausting.
Being a mentor can be pretty tiring.
It's exhausting because I can be a mentor and pour into y'all cup. Mm-hmm. But then my cup's half empty.
Come a little closer.
I can pour into y'all cup, but my cup's half empty.
Yeah.
But then my mentor refills the empty that I gave to y'all. I don't have anyone refilling what I give to y'all. So that's why sometimes, like on social media, people like you randomly like went away for a day. I had to because for a lot of people, they think it's the one, right? Pierce will be like, hey, Blake, I got a question about a photo shoot and I need your help. And Pierce is like, it's no big deal. I asked for help. Yeah, Pierce, but you do realize in the last 45 minutes, I got 12 of those messages. And no one said, good morning. How are you today? No one was like, hey, you feeling all right? All right, now I have a question. It's just, hey, I need you. And I'm like, I got two choices. Further exalt myself and give you your answer, or self-care and ignore you. Mm-hmm. But then you be like, he fucking ignored my message and I needed him. So I'm always going back and forth between those two choices all the time.
I know when I was like mentoring heavy, it was different than this. I was mentoring youth where I grew up at, but like it would be, hey, Devonn, I know you're at work, but can I get a ride to work?
Yep.
Hey, can I do this? So I stop what I'm doing, go out of there. And because I was their mentor or big brother, I like to call it. Like I was like, I gotta help him because who the fuck else gonna do it?
Yeah.
So I gotta stop, go do this. I gotta stop. I gotta go pick him up. And it was like, fuck, I am tired. As fuck. And it's not even the material shit. It's not the, okay, I spent money so you ate today. It's not the gas in my car. Nigga, like, where's my time back? Where did my time go?
Yeah.
You just tired, man.
But I think the missing piece is that the people you mentor sometimes don't pour back just because they don't know how, or they're trying to pour back in the same manner when you can't, right? If Pierce comes to me and asks for help or advice or realistically with his knowledge right now, he can't return that to me. But what people don't sometimes understand is that after the shoot, you get that DM like, hey, Blake, great shoot today. I really appreciate your time. I'm like, see, that is everything. That just kind of fill that cup right back up. It's the knowing, if we're being honest, it's the knowing you saw what I gave you was valuable and how much it took out of me to give it to you, that you say, I see you and I appreciated what you did today. Because sometimes when you're giving, you're like, they don't see me. They see the thing, the need, the advice, the ride, the $20. You don't see me, you see the thing. But when you get that, I appreciate your time today. Oh, you saw me. I fuck with that. And that refills you.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. All right. Last few things before we wrap up.
No,
yeah, like we're done now.
My job.
We haven't really talked about it, but how exactly did you get in contact with Malvi Magazine?
Direct messaging. I had been featured on the cover of their magazine like 9 times in the matter of a month and a half. And because they released so many issues. And I was buying issue after issue. And I was like, these are good, but they're not amazing. They need me. Because I could tell, and I've had this conversation with my superior, so it's not like I'm talking out of turn. But I said, I can tell you guys are amazing at publishing, graphic design, marketing, but y'all don't know shit about fashion. Some of this shit sucks hard. So y'all need someone on y'all team that knows fashion, that knows trends, that knows what's a good photo and what's not. Because some of this shit is questionable. And they were like, okay. And literally like, I'm in the call. I'm like, I need to be this creative director. And they're like, all right, it's a good idea. Sounds good to us. But you hear that and you're like, they'll take a few days to think about it and blah, 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 blah. In the Zoom call, he's like, all right, I just emailed you the release, the flyer release. Go ahead and put it on Instagram. I was like, oh, you were for real finna give me the job. Oh, see, this was just kind of like a puff on my chest, see if it was going to be a thing.
Oh, but actually you got scared, low-key.
You motherfuckers gave me the job. It's go time. Let's get it. But it was just me hitting them up like, y'all needed me. And I'm like, all right, well, if you say we do, we do. And I'm no longer with the magazine because I came in to show them what needed to be tweaked. And then I moved on. It was never going to be like, this is my forever. I came to do what I had to do and I got to go.
Yeah, definitely. Shooting your shot is definitely something that will work more often than not, though. As crazy as it sounds. It's literally so simple.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just scared of the rejection, or assume they won't get it, so they never ask to begin with, but obviously.
But I think what y'all have to realize, and people, is that sometimes what you think you don't get, someone already wants it for you. But you have talked your way out of it. Like if I'm like, oh, this magazine needs a model for their cover, Pierce will be bomb. So I'm going to just put it up. and I'm gonna wait for Pierce to apply because he's who I want. But I'm not. I'm just gonna put it up and wait for him to apply, and then I give it to him. But then Pierce is like, he ain't gonna give it to me, so he doesn't apply. But I'm over here like, nigga, no, I'm waiting on your email.
Why wouldn't you just send it to him?
Because it's still business etiquette. Because you have
it's not fair to other models.
Correct. And you have to keep people you don't want to keep them down, but it's like, hey, Pierce, I have a magazine cover for you. Pierce starts smelling himself a little bit. You got to keep them in the mind of no matter where you are in the business, you still have to work. There are models on the cover of Vogue now that still have to go to castings. So if that's the case, nigga, you still got to fucking send these emails, bro.
Yeah, I was listening to something about Jamie Foxx was on All the Smoke podcast, and he was talking about how he was still he's Jamie fucking Foxx, but he was still auditioning for certain movies. Like I didn't common sense and realize that a lot of these top actors that we see still audition for roles.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And producers have done interviews like, oh no, I wanted him from the role from the start. I wrote it for him. You still gotta come and audition.
Yeah.
You still gotta prove yourself.
That's like NBA players on Team USA. You still gotta make the cut.
Yep.
Everybody on there is really, really fucking good. But you gotta make the fucking cut.
Yeah. Right. The fuck is that?
I knew he was like,
I have no idea what the fuck Team or the USA is, but
for sure.
True that.
Well, do you have anything you want to ask us?
No, I don't fuck with y'all. I don't fuck with y'all. I do have a question. So why in school detention for this title?
That was me. I just thought it sounded cool because it was something that I've experienced. I feel like everyone knows about in school detention, ISD, whether you've either been in it or your friends have been in it or you just knew about it in high school, and it's just like I thought it sounded cool. But like,
oh, you know what y'all should do? It would be amazing.
It's going off camera.
Yeah. Like,
I was like,
can you tell us after?
It would be amazing. Like you say, y'all talk about like sports and music and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of every show, y'all should have things that y'all like love and things you wish like you got rid of. And the things you love should be called your hall passes of the day. And the shit you hate should be called your suspensions. For the in-school suspension dialogue, like tying into school, like we're gonna give this one a hall pass. This topic that's suspended. Keep y'all in-school suspension.
That's hard.
Shit.
You know what I've also been thinking of? Giving out detention slips to people who do dumb shit. Kind of like Charlamagne's Donkey of the Day.
Yes.
I didn't like that because it was literally Donkey of the Day with a different title. I didn't like that.
So what? Wendy Williams and The View both have hot topics.
I'm not trying to be like none of them.
You're not because yours is called suspensions. His is called Donkey of the Day. Think about talk shows. Every single talk show has the same format. It's some bitches sitting around a circle talking.
Just about different topics that relate to them.
They call it something different and change the people who it is. It's the same shit. Same shit.
I think what's different is we're not the Breakfast Club.
Right.
Us being who we
because
are is
guess what? When you said that, I was like, that's dope as shit. I didn't make a parallel to Donkey of the Day until you then mentioned it. I was like, oh, it is the same thing. But if you didn't say shit, no one's making that parallel.
Except for me.
This is another case of us talking ourselves out.
A suspension, that is fucking genius. Donkey of the Day. Oh, that is the same shit. You a biter, bro. But you put that in my head. But I
feel like if it's in my head, it'll be in somebody else's head too.
No, because guess what? Again, you made it that. Because even if I'm like, suspension's kind of like Donkey of the Day, that's crazy. Versus you like, but it's just like, I'm like, oh, well, you presented it as a negative, so now it's trash. We got suspension similar to Donkey of the Day. That's like, all right, it's a parallel. It's suspensions, but kind of, like Donkey of the Day. Oh, so you trash. It's how you package the shit up. You gave me shit and then mad when I unwrapped it. You gave me the shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, why would you smell it? Because you handed me the shit paper.
Right. This will be my last question.
Go.
Promise.
You could.
What are your thoughts on the entertainment industry and inclusivity?
With who?
Anybody really, but since you're in the photography and model space, why don't we go there?
But inclusivity with who? With women, with gender, with gays, with short people, with who?
We can go women, particularly black women.
I think, like, for example, and the people have asked me, I personally feel black models are underrepresented in the industry, right? But I don't make rants about it. I just made a vow. I really only shoot black people because it's not enough of us doing it. I'm just going to do the change.
That's a good point.
What the fuck am I going to start shooting? We don't have inclusivity. So my voice is going to do nothing versus I'm just going to shoot the black people I feel nobody else does.
Yeah.
And then I'm the change. Why are we talking about it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's like with the opportunity with Vogue. When who you want to model? This person. That's a black model. See? I was just the change. I don't think it's enough black models in Vogue. Then I put one in it. That's just the change. Instead of talking about it. I think what I'm really saying is I hate the party of it all. If we all just worked behind the scenes to change it, then we would just change it. Because then it's not a cause. It's just you doing something. But when you scream, we're not inclusive, and then you try to be the change, people are looking at you like, oh, so you're trying to switch some shit up.
Yeah.
Versus if you just do it, you just snuck your way in, changed it, and you're like, ha, got you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Good. Sounds good to me. Well, that's pretty much. What's the?
bye.
What's the?
Bye.
What does blue letters say? How long we been going for?
45 minutes.
That's all.
Yeah,
You got me fired.
2 hours and 9 minutes. 20 seconds.
Great deal. Good shit.
Okay, good shit if you say so.
I see. You see how slick he was? He tried to divert it back to us and take it all off him. But you see how I flipped it back on
Yeah,
him?
he was like, no, enough about us. Back to you.
Because he tried it. He tried it. Because he bamboozled me. Because I asked him again he said, we're not going to talk about you.
Oh, I didn't know he was coming with questions like this.
And I was like,
He didn't send. All right,
he said we're talking about sports,
He has
movies.
a whole
I said,
note thing. He has a whole note page of questions.
when he said we're not
that
talking about you, I was
not
like, oh,
sent to me.
dope.
This was not
He
sent
played
to
me, bro.
at all. So I was
okay, for that,
I was telling you the
no,
truth.
for that,
I was telling you the truth.
Pierce, for that, I'm suspending you.
Oh
you
my
you are
God,
suspended, bro.
Man.
In Pierce's defense, every Monday I send an itinerary of what we talk about.
And I asked him. I even asked him today.
Except for guests. We haven't done a guest together in a while.
That is true.
But when we typically have interviews or people on our show, do I always send you itinerary? No. Because usually they're just open conversations like we are now.
Open conversations.
That's exact words.
That's
exactly
what I
what
said.
you
Oh, you
said.
said open conversation?
I said we're just gonna have a conversation.
Oh, you
It's
good.
not
And I said
about
we'll probably
you.
ask some things,
Wait,
but
wait,
we're
wait,
not
wait, wait.
just interviewing.
Yeah.
this
Correct. He
man.
said we'll probably talk about you a little bit. We're not interviewing you at all. I was
Did
like,
you feel like this was an interview? Don't lie.
Yes,
Don't
this
lie.
was a fucking interview.
Bro, you had a list of questions. You're
But
like,
hold on.
This
hold
was
on.
an interview.
No,
At
hold
the
on, hold
bare
on.
basis of what an interview
Hold
is.
on, hold on.
This is an interview.
It was because it was a question,
But
and then
you-
answers.
You know how
the question
deep we got
that's
into
an
this
interview.
man's
but it
life?
wasn't question answer. It was more question.
It was question answer.
open
It was
answer,
question-
elaboration,
it was question
elaboration.
answer
There was more
because
elaboration than
it was
question
A
answer.
question
non-interview
answer.
and open discussion is like, all right, J. Cole, throw it in the air, everybody start talking.
We can do that.
Okay, cool. Trash. Now that we've talked about him,
All right, it's been a great week, guys.
we fucking trash.
No, he was gonna have
It was
it.
there for an interview, but it wasn't bad. It was enjoyable.
I didn't want it to feel like it. I wanted it to feel like an open conversation.
Oh no, you failed,
Really?
but it was great.
I think
wasn't
it
bad.
was good,
I think
but
it was great.
I just didn't know you had those questions. If you
I
would
didn't know you
sent
had no
me
questions.
those questions,
You
I'm
want-
like, all right, this is.
You want to know what I do? Honestly, I sit here and I prep. Some of these questions on here, I didn't even ask you. Some
But
stuff,
he's got a lot though.
but
Yeah, other questions because I was like, what's in that phone?
a
Give me
lot
this phone. Let me see this phone.
of questions. Go ahead. A lot of questions
See
that
this phone.
a lot of questions that I asked you either
It's
came
an
up in natural
iPhone? Oh,
conversation, and or I just or I came up with it on the spot. Go ahead, read them out loud. Passion for fashion.
Okay, you asked a lot of this shit.
I also think
This-
though, like,
Okay, hold on, stop.
Oh.
He said this was not an interview, yet there are interview questions.
What?
You're a fucking liar.
How am I a liar?
You, sir, get a 10-day suspension.
and I was sabotaged. I was sabotaged. I did not know.
You were
about
not
This is not an
sabotaged.
interview. I just have specific questions I'm going to ask you that I'm going to request an answer to.
It's not really to me an interview.
Oh,
is
fuck off.
So Blake, how you such and such? Answer
exactly what
question.
you did.
Answer question. But there was dialogue in between.
You know what that means? That means you were just a good interviewer.
Thank you.
You let your interviewee open up to continue conversation past your initial question. But it was an interview.
Yeah,
That just means you were good
Definitely
at your
was an
job.
interview. Definitely was an interview for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry about. It wasn't bad.
Good. Well, we can have you on again and we can open up about more
so
things.
let's one step at a time, puppy. I didn't like this school too much. I won't be back. I go to the prep across the hall, so I don't fuck with you in school kids.
Well, the police be at the school all the time.
Yeah,
so
apparently, right?
Clearly. Take my ass back to the white school.
facts. But a lot of the questions that I asked, really, I just came up with on the spot.
Yeah, I mean,
That
once
just came in the flow of
we asked the
conversation.
question, then we're talking, and that now is, I have a question about what you just said. That's not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now I'm asking you to elaborate on what you were talking
Which
about.
was
So there's
good.
a lot of questions, you know.
You were good.
Thank you.
You were good.
But it's just
It
my
was an
mind
interview.
is interview. No, it's a
wrong with that?
conversation.
We're talking. We're not interviewing. I'm just asking a lot of questions.
Right. Right.
'Cause
But you guys were great.
Thank you. We appreciate you, man.
You guys worked well as a team.
It was good to work with your friends, man.
Okay.
Are we still like
Recording.
going? I thought we ended.
Yeah, we're supposed to be ending.
officially
Well, why the
a
fuck?
while ago.
You are
Give-
trash.
give
He
the
didn't-
people-
And then
give
we're
the people
still-
your social
because
media,
We try to do
Blake,
that, and then like some
Give
shit
what
pop
now?
up.
Give the people your social media, please. How can they find you?
At BEYONCE on Instagram. What else?
What?
What?
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
You guys are both trash as fuck.
I was
Get the
like,
fuck
I was
outta
sitting here. I
here.
was like, that's not his
I'm like,
Instagram.
what the fuck is he talking? But you have a second page.
I hate you so bad. Anyway,
Yeah.
Mr. Blake Martin on Instagram. That's my
For what? All that for what?
Instagram.
All that.
It's okay.
I should whip out a tough question right now and throw it at you, but
You don't
jump
have
for it.
one. You don't have one. That brain ain't working that fast.
Yeah,
You got light skin brain. It's a little slower. It's like you on a bicycle.
All right, this is disrespect now.
Right.
Okay, there's two of us here. You can't
So
be
two
talking
bicycles.
crazy.
Two Schwinns.
So boom, if it's
It's
two,
the so boom.
if it's a half, if we both got half brains, then that's a full brain. So
It's
that's
the
still a
so
full
boom
functioning
for
brain.
me. It's the so boom for me. So boom.
Now he's
Hey everybody, it was nice being here in detention, but my mama said to pick me up, so
Yeah.
I'm leaving school right now.
What are,
Y'all have
what are
a good
your?
day.
All right, well, you can find me at PB00GS. That's P Bugs.
He's telling you that now, but I'm gonna start digging his ass about having a more professional Instagram. So you're not gonna be able to find that.
Yeah,
I've been
alright,
telling. Hold
listen.
on.
All right,
You're not gonna be able to
listen.
find it. So
I've been
this was
telling him-
That was made before I.
and great. And so now that you are somebody else, fucking change it because I'm tired of giving professional people this.
PB00.
And I be having to, I be telling them like find peanut butter and jelly on Instagram with some numbers behind it. That's really what I say.
like
Bruh, I've been telling him for years. P Bugs. That's like.
First of all,
it's cute. It's
a little
cozy.
gay.
I don't care, man. But
So
either
but
way,
it's okay. He's gonna. So his new
I
Instagram
change
is
it.
his Pierce Michael 01 or some shit like that. Just look up Pierce Michael.
Michael 01. The official Pierce Michael.
That's I hate that too. It's
The
the
official
official. You're the only
underscore
one. You don't have no
Pierce
fan
Michael.
pages. You don't need the
I'd be
official.
saying that. I'd be like, you got 10 followers. Who are you official
At
for?
Pierce Michael Model on Instagram. There you go. All right.
Let me go ahead.
That's him. And then DJ McVilly. What is it?
MacVilly.
Whatever.
Nah, it's just Devonn.
DJ Principal.
Devonn D Streets 815 on Twitter. Devonnalan on Instagram.
See.
Most importantly, ISD in School Detention on all your podcast platforms and on YouTube as well, guys. Thank you so much for checking us out. You
Yes.
guys have a wonderful and amazing week. Please be safe.
No
Peace.
coronavirus.